Hey guys, Kendall with BlackOvis. I'm here today with my good friend Brett Dahl from Kenetrek. And we're talking about a brand new boot that Kenetrek has launched for the 2024 season. And it's actually one that I'm pretty excited about. It's because there's a few reasons why I'm excited about it. And I'm going to ask Brett here a couple questions in a moment. But I'm excited about this boot because it's different than any Kenetrek I personally have seen. I'm excited to give it a whirl. It looks more European. If I could say that, like the traditional, I'd say Kenetrek line has always appeared to be very traditionally Western hunting big game. And with the new Bridger High, this boot appears to me like it could be, we saw a lot of different brands here at BlackOvis, but this straight up could be out of the Scarpa, Solewa, Zamberlan. This boot has a lot of European feel to it. So Brett, tell me a little bit about why Kenetrek came out with this boot, and then let's talk about some of the details, the ingredients, and what makes it so special.
Okay, well, you're exactly right. This boot is built in Europe. So we've been trying to come out with a lightweight hiker that everybody would be drawn to. And Kenetrek in the past, like you're right, it was always a high mountain, sheep hunting, mountain goat hunting type of boot. But we want one that's for the everyday hunter, a guy that's hiking all summer, scouting, picking up sheds, that kind of stuff, and can be used in any terrain. So the design, we were just going with trying to find something that looked cool. And I think we hit that here with the Bridger High. The first thing you might want to notice is the lace to toe feature, where it goes all the way down to the toe, which gives you the ability to get the boot fit perfect. And changing conditions throughout the day, you may be going uphill, downhill, you can adjust that based on the lacing.
And maybe that's why, the stitching here, this design piece, but the lace to toe is new for the lineup for Kenetrek. I've not seen that in the other boots. So certainly the performance element, if you guys have a narrow foot, or even if you have a wide foot and you want to just mess around with that toe and the feel, the toe box adjustment is certainly a new feature. I noticed it's got mesh in the tongue. So this is a waterproof boot.
Yes. But
that's probably going to add a fair amount of breathability to what would typically be a full leather tongue on most of the other Kenetrek boots.
Definitely 100% waterproof. Probably the main thing with that is breathability when you go with a lighter weight hiker, compared to our hard scrabble, something like that.
Full leather boots.
Full heavy leather, 2.8, millimeter grain of leather, where this is much lighter weight. Designed it with our K-Talon lightweight lug sole here. Has the sidebars, our K-Talon, and it's just designed to be a little bit lighter weight. It's 2.9 pounds for the pair. And then we did a full abrasion rand all the way around the boot to protect from rocks, scraping, anything that might harm your boot. So it should give you 100% quality protection. Very stable boot. The footbed's super strong against torsion. If I can just show you, it doesn't twist.
Fortunately, there's a lot of support there.
When you step on a rock, you're not twisting, hurting your ankle. So we wanted to keep some of the key features of a Kenetrek boot where, it's stout and sturdy, but yet give it a better look, something that everybody would like.
Yeah, the Bridger's brand new in 2024. I'd say it's a little bit taller than what you would say like a basketball shoe, like a 3/4 height, but it's certainly not coming in like a 9 or 10 inch boot, which is more traditional for a Kenetrek.
Right, this is 7. Our Mountain Extreme's a 10, so it's kind of right in the middle there.
Cool. The one thing, if you've not tried on a Kenetrek, one of the things that is unique about this boot versus I'd say really all the other boots that we sell at BlackOvis is the insole itself. It has a little more substance to it. I run a high arch, so I'm always putting in aftermarket insoles.
Right.
The one thing I noticed about the Kenetrek is it's got a more defined heel and arch element to the insole stock from the manufacturer. So still for me as a really high arch, I don't think this is quite enough. But for just about anyone else, I think the insole in this is super high quality compared to what you find stock in really any other boots. And it's always really hard for a manufacturer to try and zone in on an insole that's going to fit. But I think Kenetrek's done a nice job with that.
Well, and that's one thing we strive for is support, comfort, and fit. Those are like 3 main things when you try on a boot. Like everybody makes a decent boot, right? Like at a certain price point. But when you get that on, you get the comfort, you get the stability, and with that better arch support in there for most people, they don't have as high an arch as you. It's really showing the support there, and it just feels great. So if you try on Kenetrek, you'll see what we're talking about.
Speaking of price, this boot comes in at $329, which I think for that light and fast, and this I wouldn't say is like a speed racer light, but it really is in a lighter category. And I would condition this, or really pigeon this boot into it can do most anything on just about every mountain. But ideally, I think this is going to thrive early to mid-season, and particular for a guy that isn't interested in a tall boot, likes to stay in this height, wants to feel fairly mobile, wants to have good support of a sole that has a little bit more width in the heel area. The Kenetrek Bridger, I think, is certainly worth checking out. So, Brett, appreciate you being in today, talking about the new Bridger from Kenetrek. This is a great boot for kind of that second or third pair, or even, like I said, if you're looking for something a little more nimble and light, this could be your first and one and only. Check it out at blackovis.com. We've got them in the store and ready to rip.